What qualities do you look for in an applicant?
You definitely have to be outgoing and talkative. I mean, it really depends for the position that you're being hired for, but we do um, prefer people that are very talkative and outgoing. If you're going to be on the cash register or the line, if you're going to be on grill or prep, we just expect that you know how to like clean and all that stuff. So like we expect like you are dedicated to making sure that you're staying on point, everything like that. We do not like having cell phones out. Usually, obviously, you're never supposed to have a cell phone out at work, but we do. Sorry, we do appreciate people that like they have a creative mind too. If they have a way where something can be better done in a more effective way, which is still like without any rules being broken. We love hearing people's ideas and what they suggest. Like we're always open to new ideas of how to make the restaurant better and stuff like that. And as being a new applicant, like don't be shy. We're not gonna like if it's your first job, yeah, you can be a little shy, but we are very like friendly people. We are not gonna attack you with like all these serious questions. You know, just be yourself, be like open, don't like hold anything back. You know, just be honest.
What kinds of answers do you look for in an interview?
So I like to hear I like a little to hear a little bit about their personal life as well. So like if they have any animals, how far they live from the restaurant. So just so I can get a better sense of the person themselves, whether they go to school or not, what are they trying to be in the future, whether that's a minor or an actual adult. So like I try to get a little bit about themselves. I try to hear like whether they're here to like work like temporarily or like full time or part time. Knowing those answers like helps me get like a better sense like how long they plan on staying. So like we have a better mind of how to like schedule them and whether we need to keep hiring people to like get ready to replace them, I should say. Unless they do plan on staying for a longer time, there's nothing ever wrong with that. But we are always wondering what people have to say, and we like to hear whether they like to be on the line more or like what they prefer. We want to hear what they want so we can be, what's the word? So we can work with them so they can get what they want so they're not like forced to do something that they don't want to do. So like if I want to be on the cash register, but they put me on the line, like, you know, we're not going to do that. We want to know what they want to be and how we can work with them to make it a better work environment so they're not like, oh my God, like this is awful.
What is one of the best answers you've been given in an interview?
Well, I feel like this person, they've kind of like came in like literally prepared, like doing flashcards the night before. But they came in and I was like, well, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you expect, what I'm going to expect of you when you work here. And they gave me literally like an essay form of a thing. They had it all planned out. They were like saying like, well, honestly, I work 2 other jobs and I also go to school. I want to like work here in the mornings. Like I have a dog, I have 2 sisters, I support my brother. And they're just like, I am an outgoing person, I am creative, I make sure that everything is like done and everything's being done effectively and fast. And I want to make sure that everyone's having a happy environment. Like one of our main concerns is making sure that customers stay happy because we don't want them to leave like mad and upset because they were not happy with the order or they were not happy with the customer service. So another like important thing is to make sure that you are a happy person and that you do care about the customers and it's not just about getting through the day.
How can an applicant tell if the interview went well?
Usually, usually you could ask like, when will I hear back? They'll let you know like right away. If not, they'll let you know in a day or two. And if they don't let you know in a day or two, you just gotta call back and they'll give you an answer. If it went well, the best way you would know is that if they were like, if me perhaps or one of my higher ups were like super happy to like say like, I'm so excited that I met you. Like, I'm really happy that I had this interview with you. Like you could always just ask them like, what are the chances? And they'll probably just be straight up honest with you. Like we don't really want to like lead people on to make them think like, oh yeah, this went really well. And then they'll be like, this did not go well. But usually like if you're honest with them, they'll be honest with you. They're not going to hold anything back. If you want to know, you can just ask them and they'll usually just tell you straight up on the spot.
What should an applicant do to prepare for the interview?
Definitely, I would make sure you show up at least 15 to 20 minutes before. I wouldn't be too nervous about it, because usually people get really like tensed up and they'll forget what to say, or they'll forget to add an important part, like they worked at another job before here, or they have another job. And like we like to know like everything as much as possible, so we're not surprised by anything like, oh wait, I have like another job, like I have to work this day, because then it kind of puts us behind and stuff like that. But usually we'll ask like for their availability, so I'd make sure you would have an availability sheet, what you would like prefer to work. Also, if you are a minor, to have like your school papers ready with the signing stuff, like the minor paperwork, because it does help speed up the process.
What should an applicant do after leaving the interview?
Honestly, not really, because it is kind of just straightforward and basic. I just to make sure to keep staying in touch with them, maybe get their contact information if they're willing to. If not, just like call the store and they'll be like, oh yeah, like this, you have to do this and this. But just stay in contact, because sometimes we do forget, as awful as that is to say, but we do forget about our applicants sometimes based on how many we get. So we just don't know if they're like hired in or not interviewed yet. So because we do get a lot of applicants in a day.
Describe the advancement opportunities for someone starting out.
And there's definitely a lot of advancements opportunities. When I went from a crew member, we did have the basics of paid time off and free food and like discounted food and stuff like that. So that is really nice. They do take care of you. You do have, everyone has an equal chance to advance. You just got to prove yourself. You always just got to ask like, hey, is there any like positions being opened up for higher ups? That as a Chipotle, as a big company, we do have different stores, different branches of stores, and sometimes we do ask crew members or employees or service managers or any higher ups that if they would be willing to go to another store to become a service manager or become an apprentice. So there's always like an equal opportunity. No one's ever like, let's see, what's the word? Not qualified to be advanced. Like everyone's always like recording you. Like we do record like your performances to make sure that everyone has an equal chance. So we do it honestly. So if you are not showing that you work well enough, we are not going to say that you deserve to be a higher up compared to someone else.